for every service page and every blog on every website, I would like for there to be a detailed FAQ section that is likely to rank for an AI overview. I've written a prompt that has been successful for me multiple times. So on a page, these are typical questions that you would see. I would like to improve that for each page. I can provide the prompts for doing this on each page. For a service page, I usually start with the content, and I may copy all of the content into a ChatGPT window. And then I can provide you with this prompt. It's per website, so these will be very distinctly created. You can not use this on a different website. Each website has its own prompt that I will create because it tells it to use anchor text to create links. It also will use specific keywords. So for the different websites, you will just need a different prompt, which I can provide in a step-by-step standard operating procedure. To get these questions, so for these prompts, I have this sheet. I could give you this whole sheet if you think you want to use any of these. This here is the prompt for specifically the tax company. Sorry, I had to move some things around. So you'll see this is specifically for the med spa, and some of these are for, image creation. These are ones I use to create images for all the web pages. If you want access to this, I can give you access to this, or I can just create a procedure that explains how to do just this specific process. So going back to a page, so on a page, there's a few questions, and one of the easiest ways to actually find what questions should be on a page is to type that H1 or whatever the keyword for the whole page is into a Google search. Specifically with location is helpful. And then you will always see this people also ask section. And these questions are the most common questions asked by people. I use this tool. This is the SEO minion tool. This right here is the people also ask. People also asked. One of the easiest ways to do this is to choose. You can choose how many levels, and by levels that means when someone's normally on this and you see a question, you can keep asking for more questions. So Google will always give you this section, and then you can just look at these questions and you could ask for more and more and more. And as you'll see, this shows up in the results because one of the questions is on this page. So this will help us rank. I can provide these if you need. I would love if you could learn how to do this. I can provide you with access to this tool, or I can get you a subscription to this tool if you'll use it. This is pretty easy to use though. You choose this and you can choose people also ask. 2 levels means 10 questions. or 15 questions. 3 levels is more questions. And then you can just download that, and it will go, as you can see, it's just opening these. It's adding questions to this list. So when it gets done doing all that, it will let you can see here it's clicking and it's opening for you, it's automating it and finding all the questions. And as it's finding it, you can download the entire list, or it automatically downloads. And this is what you'll get. So you definitely don't need this many questions. You only need the first level or 2 levels. And then I take these questions. This is the question that's above it, and this is the question that's below it. It'll show you all the answers, and you can have all this information for lots of reasons. I store these and then use them for data uploads for the AI model. But we can open ChatGPT, and I will provide you with this whole prompt. And when it says provided questions, that is where you get the questions. You can get the questions from this page. Another method would be to simply, when you are in one of these frameworks that is explaining the whole page, like tax prep services. So once I've created this and it has given me the whole page content, I can ask it for this would be another way to get these questions, and it should provide you. So either way, you'll end up with these questions, and then you can just add them to this prompt. So I would give you this whole prompt. You would put the questions right here. It will go through all this, and then this will be your answer. It was doing this, which is not a link. So I modified the prompt and I told it to create the schema for this entire page. So now it will create the FAQ schema, and you can just simply copy that right here and then put it directly into the page. I think the best way to put schema into any page will be to use a raw content element. First, I wanted to point this out. If the prompt wasn't providing actual links to the pages, I told it to consider the sitemap, and you can always provide ChatGPT with the sitemap to any website just by giving it the address, and it will then go to the internet and read it. It then updated this, so now directly in these answers, it will have provided links directly to service pages. So once you have that, once you have this whole schema, JSON, you can always test it with this tool. I can provide this if you're not familiar with it. And you can test the code before you put it on the page, so you'll know that it will work. And you can see here, it worked. So we can take that And before I added this to the page, this was the results for personal income tax preparation. You can see there's no FAQ. And then we added it. And once you add it to the page, it usually registers pretty quick. So you could come back to the website and you could add each one of those sections to the accordions. You can modify these and make sure that they include links. So in the answers that I provide in the content outline, I'll make sure that these have links included. So in here, I will ensure that there's a link right here. I've pasted these in rich text format so they can be copied directly into the page, into Cornerstone. So you can go directly into these and paste a response directly. It will be formatted properly if you do it in this manner. You can this is actually not a good question. So I've chosen another question here and then a different answer because that was actually about a different company. For some reason it's in italics. It doesn't have to be. You could turn that off. And you'll see that it is creating H tags for these by pasting it. And now you could just continue on with the rest of these and go down this list. And then in that GPT window, it will have had the schema and this schema markup. Again, I can provide the prompts for these, but you just copy all of this. You can copy it or you can use the copy button. And then in this editor, I believe the most efficient way to add this is going to be to go here and use the raw content, which you could put probably anywhere here and it won't push anything out of line. Paste that directly in, save, and then when this page is tested, this is what is going to come up now. By inspecting this page, all these questions show up. As you can see, there's a FAQ section and everything shows up. And that is what needs to be done for every service page. I have provided it for this page. In the future, I can provide it for all other pages in these content sections, but there should be always an FAQ section and include the schema for every page. If you have any questions, or I will include links to this prompt sheet in the description of this video if that is helpful. Message me with any questions.